You want to be hardcore, you want to be extreme. Well, if you're like the Sandman, then you're listening to the podcast Drunk Wrestling History, dudes. And please be drunk when you hear it.
We've got Bush.
I like to fuck. Do you like to fuck?
It's just money shots, chairs all over Barrett.
Those guys with bang butts think they're a big deal. My dick is small.
What's up, drunk marks and drunk marquettes? This is Drink Up. Same drunk wrestling history, fewer calories. I'm your designated host, Adam, and tag teaming with us today are the drunk wrestling historians.
This is Eddie. I'm drunk, I'm old, I'm fucking tired, and I work with fucking, I forgot what it was. Amateurs?
Children.
Children. I work with fucking children.
Your memory's going too. And this is Scott, the man of 1,004 drinks.
Thank you all very much for joining our episode today. We've got a good one, but also make sure that you also head over to whatamaneuver.net so you get those drunk wrestling history t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and onesies, especially for the miniature drunk marks and drunk marquettes. Holiday season, get to the gift giving. Get over to whatamaneuver.net. It'll be awesome to find a drunk wrestling history t-shirt in their stockings or at your office Christmas party or hey.
That's a good, like an office white elephant.
Yeah. Or
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Or if you're a very fertile family and you're Jewish, 8 t-shirts for 8 crazy nights.
Well, you could do the t-shirt, the onesie, the hoodie.
The hoodie, the tank top.
No, they don't do a tank top.
The women's V-neck, the women's regular tee.
Yeah.
We're giving you options.
I know. I wish they would do a zip up hoodie too. Like I would totally buy that.
That'd be fucking sweet. Or a beanie cap.
Oh, a beanie would rule. Yeah.
Yeah. Beanies are awesome.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I wear a beanie all winter, you know?
I could have some custom made if anybody's interested. If we do like a bulk order. Could probably get some done.
Okay, let's talk about this later because depending on what a bulk order means, like I might be interested.
Like 5 to 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can maybe do that. Yeah. Okay. Well, it's, you know what it's going to be? You guys are going to hear this on the 9th. I'm putting this up. Today's Wednesday. I'm putting this up Friday. You guys will hear this on the 9th. If anyone's interested, hit me up because that could make the difference. You know what I mean? If anybody wants one.
For sure.
I definitely want one. And depending on the price, maybe I'd buy a couple to make it happen. But if anybody wants one, let us know.
Yeah. It'll definitely go well with the fucking shirt that you buy.
Yeah. Buy a fucking shirt.
Exactly.
Jesus. Yeah. Anyways, we've got beverages. They have beverages, and we have content. Wait, before the content, Eddie, take it away.
Okay. Well, just since you didn't ask me what I'm drinking, I am drinking a hot toddy.
I thought we don't on the short.
We don't usually talk about what we're drinking on short episodes.
No, this isn't a drink up.
It is. Adam already said it was.
Oh, did he? I didn't hear him say. I didn't tell him to say that.
Is it not? Oh, my bad.
No.
Welcome to Drunk Wrestling History, y'all.
I thought it was a short episode.
Well, I don't know. We'll see, but I don't know. Whatever. I'm drinking a fucking hot toddy. First one I made came out too lemony. This time I added more honey, but I used cinnamon Jack Daniels.
Oh,
and
very
it's
nice.
actually really good.
Fancy.
And I have a beer, a cranberry wheat beer on standby, and I gagged on a shot of tequila right before we started recording. I filled the shot glass all the way to the top, and it was too much to swallow. And then, you hold it in your mouth for a second. That whole thing.
All right. Well, enough. Yeah. All right. Well, enough about your gag reflex. I'm drinking a Calicraft Brewing Company AC/DC Juicy IPA, thanks to the host, Adam, and his gift bag full of beer that he brought over. So thank you, Adam. Beer, cheers to you. It's outstanding. I'm loving it.
I have Henry Weinhard's Vanilla Cream.
Oh, yeah.
The good stuff.
So we're talking about gagging and cream soda, that is. And then once that's done, once that's done, I'm still finishing off from Seattle's some Jones's Berry Lemonade Soda.
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds delightful.
We'll see if I play Edward 40 hands with these. All right.
That would be a fun episode, actually.
In this case, Edward 12 fluid ounce hands, but still.
We did Century Club for our 100th episode. For our 200th episode, we should do Edward 40 hands. Adam could do it too. You know what I mean? Adam could drink just two 40-ounce bottles of whatever.
Yeah,
that is true.
Just a $2 A&W, the 2-liter bottle.
But Adam will because it has to be both hands, because then you're fucked. You can't use either of your hands. That's the whole gimmick of it.
I know.
So you have to have two 40-ounce bottles, one in each hand, and you'll lose. And I'll tell you why, because you don't have someone here who will unzip your pants and pull your dick out for you when you have to pee.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I would, Adam, but I'll have 240s in my hand.
You're right. Neither of us will be able to do it. The only two who'd be willing will have their hands filled with 40s.
Let me try with my teeth.
Eddie, or not Eddie, Chris and Shannon. Oh, wait, no, they're yours.
Yeah, right. They're spoken for.
God, just for that one thing, if I hire someone, it's going to cost me like, what, $1,000 or something?
Might be worth. No, hell no. No. No, I'll swing by 15th Street on the way home from work. I'll find you someone.
Eddie knows people.
We can get that done for $25.
Yeah, tops.
Yeah, that's easy.
Oh, must be a Cyber Week sale. All right, cool.
If the midget still worked out there, it'd be even easier.
Yeah, they're half off.
Yeah.
Jesus, what happened to this fucking episode?
Same thing that happens every episode.
Don't know if it's a drink up or a drunk wrestling, whatever.
Anyway, before we get into the episode, I have two things I have a third one, but I'll save that for one of the other shorter episodes. And I already teased that about someone who's going to get buried. Scott, right. You know, Adam, you don't know, but you guys aren't going to hear that today, but you're going to hear it in the next couple weeks. So quickly, I just want to say thank you to our international listeners who are in Canada, the UK, Sweden, Germany, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Ukraine, the US Virgin Islands, and that one dude in India.
Thanks, that one dude.
Travel down the
Wait, why'd you turn it off?
Back again.
Keep it going.
No, that's the whole clip.
God damn it, I heard the whole fucking song.
Confidant.
Okay, and one more thing before we get into this. So we did the last episode everybody heard. Well, no, the last episode everyone heard was the botched episode. But the last proper episode before that was WrestleMania 1. At the end of it, I mentioned how many people from that show were dead. I got a tweet from, I want to say it was from DJ, saying something about how crazy it is to watch those old shows and realize how many people were dead. So that got me thinking, how many WrestleManias do you have to go forward before nobody is dead? So in other words, what's the most recent, what was the first WrestleMania to happen where no one has died yet? What do you guys have a guess? What do you think?
Shit, dude. I'm going to say, well, let's see. Benoit did the thing in 2007. So I'm going to guess, dude, I'm going to go like fucking 2010 maybe.
So that's 26?
That's 30.
That'd be 26.
Because Benoit's first WrestleMania was it? Oh, fuck. Was it 16?
Okay,
so
you're saying it is 16. You're saying this based on every WrestleMania before that has someone dead.
I believe so.
Okay, all of the first. So you're saying the first 15 WrestleManias have someone dead, and then all of the ones with Benoit.
Right, because I think Benoit was at every WrestleMania from number 16
to
up
20.
until 2007.
Wait, no,
Okay.
he was after 20.
Well, he was at 16. He was in the triple threat match.
He was, yeah, with Angle and Jericho.
Right. And he was, I believe, at every he may have missed one.
Wait,
but dude, I'm going to say maybe like 2010, because you got to figure in like test.
Okay, so
Because
2010 would be WrestleMania 26.
Wait, hold on. You're asking the most recent where nobody is.
Yes, where nobody is dead.
What was the first WrestleMania in chronological order where everyone's still
first
alive?
Where nobody is.
And
First
does
where
this
everyone
only,
is still alive.
Is this only competitors and matches? Would it also include
Yes.
like backstage skits?
No, I should have said that. Only counting wrestlers, because the Fink,
Oh,
the
right.
Fink was at every WrestleMania until like 36 or something.
And they'd always have legends like Pat Patterson in backstage segments. That's why I was like,
So
well, shit.
Just wrestlers in matches, like no referees, not just wrestlers or managers. Wrestlers or managers, you know.
Okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, like Finkel was weighing on my mind. Pat Patterson, you know, Bobby Heenan, Roddy Piper, those guys.
Right.
Okay,
I want to say maybe 24, 25. I'll say 24.
Okay.
I don't know if Benoit was on that card.
Okay. This is taking way longer for you guys to guess than I expected, so I'm just going to tell you.
Oh wait, so you know?
I know. I looked it up. Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Well, it's no fun now.
Well, it's a trivia question.
Son of a bitch.
I was
All right,
quizzing you.
hold on. Well, hold on. I didn't think that you knew.
Okay, we're almost at 11 minutes on this episode, by the way.
Yeah, well done. You throw out this fucking curveball, it gets my brain spinning.
Yeah, that's true. Well, hopefully the listeners are thinking too.
You know what? I'm going to go WrestleMania 12.
WrestleMania 12. Wow. Okay. You're both wrong. Adam's closer. 12. I think I'd have to go back and look.
Dude, the Body Donnas. Chris Candido's dead.
Yeah, Candido's dead. Wasn't Yoko at 12? Or was Yoko not at 12?
I don't think Yoko was at 12.
Okay. But yeah, Candido's dead.
Okay.
The first one, did Adam freeze?
No.
No, he's alive. He's there.
You were really still, dude. You were like fucking mannequin over there.
He's focused on your answer.
Your regular fucking Kim Cattrall. 26
Really? I'm
is
a
the first
Samantha?
one. So
Wait,
you're
what
right.
number?
26.
Oh shit, I fucking had it when I said 2010.
You did. So the first 10, of course, there are a bunch of all guys, and then you get to where you have Owen. And Owen was there up through, I think, 15. And then the next year, Benoit shows up. So you're exactly right. Benoit was there through 23. 24, Umaga's dead.
Oh, right.
25, Piper and Snuka are dead.
Oh, they were in the Mickey Rourke match. That's right.
Yeah, 26 is the first one where no one's dead. And I didn't look to see if there are any after that where anyone's dead. I assume not, but there might be somebody.
That's Phoenix, right?
Yeah, that was Phoenix. We
Okay.
were there.
Yeah.
Shit, see? Listeners, always go with your first answer. Because I think right off the bat, I said 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yep. All right. So I hope everyone had fun. I imagine everyone listening to this is like looking at Wikipedia trying to figure out the answer before you reveal it.
See, that's no fun. Go off your
that's what I'd be
brain.
doing. I would think it through, but I did have to look up Wikipedia though to verify it.
Got it. Got it.
So I probably would have gone with 24 because I knew Benoit's last one was 23.
Okay.
So anyway, let's get into the episode.
For this week's episode, we have compiled lists of tag wrestlers. By that definition, we mean famous wrestlers who were once part of a tag team that would go on to have a famed singles career.
Yeah, guys who first made their name as tag wrestlers.
Correct.
So before I get any tweets from people correcting us, let me qualify this. Almost everybody started out as a singles wrestler, even if it was like their first 10 matches or the first territory they worked in. We're talking about guys who became well known on a major level as a tag team wrestler, whether it's maybe you're in a major territory as a tag team wrestler, or I mean, to me, I thought of it as having fairly good TV coverage. Maybe not national TV, because there were guys who preceded national TV, but TV in a major market, that kind of thing.
And when you hit that, you were part of a tag team.
Yes.
You went on to have a stellar singles career.
The first time you were in a major territory with major TV coverage where people would know you in a vast geographic area, you know, that kind of thing.
Right. There you go.
So, yeah. So it was kind of, I had to figure out some way to determine it because, like I'm saying, like, look up any wrestler and the British Bulldogs tag team, they started out as singles guys. You know, anyone, the Hart Foundation, whoever the fuck you can come up with. Actually, the Road Warriors might be I don't want to fucking mention any tag teams yet. So there might be a couple that started out as tag teams.
Yeah.
Like had their first match as part of a team. So we'll see. We'll get into it. So
I'm not going first this time.
Okay. You want to go first, Adam, or you want me to?
I guess I'm going first.
Okay.
I'll start with Jeff Hardy.
There you go. See, I've got a list in front of me because I knew that some of the names were going to be doubled up. So I'm like scratching out.
Some in anticipation, but you can still jump in.
I pick 3 per convention. but I tried to pick guys that you wouldn't. You know, I tried to stay away from the kind of obvious ones.
All right.
Okay. Go for it, Adam. So yeah, Jeff Hardy's a great pick, dude.
Like pretty much the breakup after Invasion, Matt becomes version 1. Jeff he pretty much continues the Hardy family name or Hardy persona. Matt is now heel. He's a changed man now. Instead of the goth-like wear that they did when they were part of the New Brood, now he's got his own clothing line and wearing long jackets and whatnot. Jeff Hardy is still Jeff Hardy. Now add neon face paint.
Yep. Changing up his character.
Yeah. Also, this was like around this time, this is when like goth style kind of evolved, and how Spencer's and Hot Topic were more dark stores as opposed to pop centered, if that makes sense. So like,
yeah,
like goth.
I don't remember Hot Topic ever being pop censored, but maybe Spencer's.
I don't know, but like more what was it? Like the emo phase, everything is dark, but now there's introductions of other colors into it. So even if something is neon colored, you could still be a dark person.
Yeah, just bringing in some spring palettes.
Yeah. I guess it just really stood out when he started coming out individually with black lights on him. Neon paint, not that. Get your head out of your asses. But it's just so memorable when he had that ladder match against Undertaker. That was like his big push to singles stardom. You're going for the biggest prize in a match where you're more experienced than your legendary opponent.
Yeah, that match made him for sure. Undertaker did him a huge favor in that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
As JR said, make yourself famous, kid. Didn't get the W, but man, he became famous.
Yes, he did.
And
yes,
I gotta say, I'm really glad that you pointed out when the Hardys split up, Edge turned into version 1, or Matt turned into version 1, and Jeff was still Jeff. Because that's actually been my biggest complaint about Jeff for years. Is to me, I don't think Jeff Hardy's character or even his wrestling has evolved at all in 20 years. I love Jeff Hardy. I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan. I hope he gets his shit together and has like one last run as a tag team with Matt. I think that's what people really want to see is the Hardys.
Absolutely, yeah. We want to see a good redemption story.
Like whether individual or together, the Hardys are still marketable.
Right.
Yeah.
Go in there and have a good feud with FTR, even the Bucks, and at the end put over what the fuck are they called? The Scissor Guys.
Best Friends?
Like that, not Best Friends. No, what are they called? The Acclaimed. I don't know why I can't think. I guess I can't think of their name because I'm drunk. But that's always been my biggest complaint about Jeff Hardy is I feel like he has not evolved as a wrestler or a character other than painting his face. He still wears the same clothes, and he's been painting his face for 20 years. I don't want to turn this into the Barry Jeff Hardy show, but same moves in the same sequence. I don't know.
But did he have to change?
Yeah. I'd say like some settings
had to change.
Some settings changed.
Okay. Besides Jeff Hardy, have you ever seen anyone do the exact same shit for 20 years? Maybe Ric Flair, I guess. Everyone's changed.
Bret Hart changed character, but he still did the same fucking moveset every match.
Not for 20 years. You're talking Bret between like 85 and 98, right? 99 when he got hurt?
Yeah. He always had the same fucking match, dude. I mean, granted, he may be in a tag team every now and then, but he was the same fucking guy. And you didn't have to change it because he was Bret Hart. It was always good.
No, I know, but I'm saying he had half the fucking run that Jeff Hardy's had.
Right. But that's the thing. Jeff didn't need to.
And he turned heel right before the Attitude Era.
Well, I think Jeff was heel for a while too, wasn't
for
he?
a second. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't. I shouldn't take this opportunity to bury Jeff Hardy.
We're one guy in, and then we're like, quick episode.
I know. It was just when Adam said that made me think. Like that's always been my criticism of him. That
it's
in
like
2000 when they split up, he was Jeff Hardy, or 2002, whatever it was. He was Jeff Hardy. He's still exactly the same Jeff Hardy now with face paint.
Because he didn't need to change.
It's like you have to find the right balance of change with the times, but also at the same time, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yes, that's my take on Jeff Hardy. It's not broken, don't fix it.
That's like the fine line that with him.
Yeah.
Anyways, also just back and forth with TNA. When he came back, he has his WWE title run. Initial one going where he knocks off Triple H for number one contendership. So pretty much he has a heated 2-month rivalry with Randy Orton leading up to the Rumble. His famous jumping off 2-3 stories onto the set and setup there. Doesn't get the W, but he eventually wins at Armageddon, and then world title runs against Edge, crucifies him in the TLC match, and final run with against CM Punk,
which was fantastic. I love that feud with Punk.
That was heated. That was a great back and forth.
That was a great summer because that was the same summer, if I'm not wrong, that Shawn and Jericho had their thing.
I think you're right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good shit, pal.
Yeah. As a
and Edge and Undertaker, I think.
I think you're right.
I think that was the same summer.
Yeah.
I think that was the same summer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's a Mount Rushmore of these type of guys that started as a tag team and then went on to have a great singles run, I think Jeff Hardy is definitely up on that Mount Rushmore.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, just the same way that Eddie jumped out of his chair when Ruby Riott got a WrestleMania pin. I think when I found out that Jeff Hardy won his first WWE title, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you want to go next, Scott, or you want me to go next? You sound like you didn't want to go. You sound like you wanted to go last.
No, I do kind of want to go last because I know that. I mean, I guess we're going to go around the table.
We're going in a circle.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. My first one, and I don't know if Adam started with his strongest one, or biggest star anyway, but I'm starting with my biggest star because I feel like if anyone has this person, it's going to be this one. Nobody has the other two. I'm starting with Edge.
Okay.
I
didn't have Edge.
So everybody knows he started with Christian, or not started with Christian, but very early on he tagged with Christian. But
technically, first off, he tagged with Sable.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that, dude.
Yeah, so there you go.
Thank you.
I'm just backing up your pick.
That's
theory.
A great tidbit. Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I definitely had him too, but
so he started
I would say
in
like
Canada.
Jeff was more me, but yeah.
He started in Canada as Sexton Hardcastle. I think everybody knows that.
Yes.
And very early on, like after a few matches, he's teamed with Joe E. Legend as Sexton Violence, which I don't know what they did as that tag team, but that would have been a great tag team name for him later on.
Oh yes,
2005, 2006.
Yeah, for sure.
If he had teamed up with even like he and Randy Orton should have been called that. Like he should have been Sexton, Randy Orton should have been Violence.
God damn, you're right.
It would have been so good.
Yeah, it's a perfect tag team name for Edge.
They would have sold a lot of shirts.
Oh hell yeah, yeah,
yeah.
So Sexton Violence quickly became a stable, and joining them was Christian, Bill Scullion, Rhino, and a guy called Zach Wilde.
Oh shit!
Imagine naming yourself after Ozzy's guitar player. You know what I mean? It's not like some obscure guitar player.
Yeah,
like it's a guy who plays with fucking Ozzy in like the mid 90s.
Yeah, he would have been better off calling himself Jakey Lee.
Yeah, right. Yeah, people at least had forgotten about Jakey Lee at that point.
Right.
He showed up in June '98 in WWE. First match, he broke Jose Estrada's neck. Didn't show up again until SummerSlam, and like you said, he teamed up with Sable. Which, damn it, I wish I had remembered that. That's a great fucking tidbit. And he wasn't on TV a whole lot. And was pretty quickly recruited by Gangrel and joined the Brood. And he and Christian wrestled a lot, I would say, to the point that you would consider them a tag team. Not every match.
Right.
But for the most part, you would think of them as a tag team. So that's why I picked him. Not based on the shit in Canada that nobody saw, but based on him starting out with Christian, like really becoming a thing with Christian. Not long after he joined the Brood, the three of them got abducted by the Ministry and like culted into the fucking cult. Like, I don't remember who they did. The Ministry was crazy because I've been watching those old episodes and they would like, I don't know what they did to the Brood. They might have done it like off camera, but Midian, they like cut his stomach open and shit. Like I don't know how they did that. They like had like David Copperfield come in and set something up or some shit. I don't know. But it was like really fucking gory and shit. So like Undertaker was completely lost his mind at that point.
Yeah, completely.
And then they ended up leaving the ministry and they ended up becoming like the Edge and Christian that everyone knows and loves, who were part of the tag team, the TLC matches and this and that, and had their few year run. Ended up being one of the best tag teams. They were my favorite tag team of that era. And
they're your number one tag team.
They're my, no, the Rockers are my number one tag team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Rockers are one.
Yeah, they're my number one tag team after that. And since then it's the Usos.
You can't even argue that.
Yeah. Is that your dog, Scott?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
She's being a bitch, literally.
All right. Mine's asleep on the couch, I think. Let me see.
Lucky.
Actually, I don't know where she went. I hope she didn't jump off the couch.
My
She's not
dog
supposed to
is
jump off the
still
couch.
wrapped in its ballpark casing.
I don't even know. I was going to say, I didn't even know you had a dog, Adam, because you don't like dogs. All right.
I don't hate dogs. It's just that it's a story.
You don't love dogs. So basically, after the tag team with Christian, he went on to have one of the greatest runs in WWE history. And someday we're going to do an episode about him, maybe after he retires.
Yeah.
Which he says he wants to do in Canada.
Yeah, he wants to do in Canada.
He wants to do
August.
specifically in Toronto.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, he's one of the best of all time. Like, he might crack my top 5. He's Carissa's number 1 by far.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, he might be in my top 5.
Another Mount Rushmore face, if you ask me. In this genre of people we're discussing, it's Jeff Hardy and Edge so far for me.
Absolutely, yeah. So just to give you his credentials as far as championships, 11 world championships, counting like the both, there's 2, 11. He's got 5 IC championships, 1 US championship, King of the Ring. He was the first Money in the Bank winner. He won 2 Rumbles. He won 4 Slammies, Hall of Fame. And how many tag team championships do you think he's won?
7.
Is that your real guess?
No, it's not. Tag team championships, I'm going to go 13.
I'm going to say 15.
14. Well done.
Fuck, son of a bitch.
We averaged out. Nice.
Yep. We did. Well done, Adam.
And that's it for Edge.
Nice.
Rated R, fucking superstar, fucking legend.
Yeah. So far, this is how I kind of figured it was going to go. Is you guys are really on your first 2 picks putting together a Mount Rushmore. You have half of the 4 faces so far.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go with an obvious one because the guy I was going to pick would be the 3rd face. I'm going to go one. We'll see. I don't know if either of you picked him.
Are Sean and Brett not going to make this episode?
Well, see, those were too easy.
Right. I know. That's why I didn't pick them.
And those would probably be the other 2 faces on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
So I went with a guy who teamed up with Kurt Hennig in the AWA and was a tag team champion there with him.
Okay.
The great Scott Hall.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
So I don't need to go over Razor Ramon's credentials because we did an entire episode on how fucking great he was and how he made a naturally cool character on television and didn't have to force it. So go back and listen to the Razor episode, but that's my pick.
That's a good one. And I would say definitely that, like I was saying, like you have to have become known as a tag team wrestler to qualify. AWA had national TV. So
yes, they did.
Definitely.
Yes, they did. And this was like 85, 86. He was a tag team champion there.
Yeah. And it was big in the magazines. Like I was well aware of AWA even when I didn't have cable. So
right. And as you said, a lot of these guys were singles to start off with. He was like Starship Coyote or something like that. So, I mean, he did have a singles run, but when he became nationally known, as you pointed out, it was in the AWA as one half of the tag team with Kurt Hennig.
But wasn't he in Starship Coyote? There was another Starship, right? That was a tag team, wasn't it?
I
like
believe
Starship.
so. Yeah, you're right.
Like Starship Buzzard or something.
Yeah, or Buzz Lightyear or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there was another Starship that was a tag team thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my first pick, the great Razor Ramon.
All right.
You're up, Adam.
Okay. On TV as single, but I want to say mainly known as tag team. That's the qualification, right?
We'll start it off in a tag team.
Someone who was first known as a tag team wrestler. Like
First
someone who
known-
made their name as a tag team wrestler.
The way I see it, I'm going to put him in this list. The wrestling god JBL.
That's fair.
Because I know he's like Justin Bradshaw.
Yeah.
I would say he was present, but he didn't become mainstream until he was part of the Acolytes. Even the Acolytes are part of...
No, before that,
Yeah.
Adam. Before that,
so
he was
this-
part of the New Blackjacks.
Yeah, he came to WWE as no, he didn't come there as a tag team wrestler, but he was in a tag team way before that. Yeah, the New Blackjacks.
The New Blackjacks, yes, as part of a tag team with Barry Windham.
So what you guys are saying is that, whew, I did it. All right.
Yeah, no, you totally did. Yeah, that's a valid pick was JBL, and I was actually looking at him. So yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yeah.
I would disagree because he was Justin Hawk Bradshaw for a while before that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying when you first got over. I'm saying when you first became known in a major way. So,
I would say...
Yeah, but how much was he on TV, dude? Like, he was on TV way more as a New Blackjack.
I would say like he, as part of the tag teams, he's more known. I would hit during his singles run, maybe comparable to like Humberto Carrillo right now. It's like he's not fired. He's kind of present, but he's not like a mainstream guy.
Wait, are you comparing Justin Hawk Bradshaw to that, or are you comparing JBL that to Humberto?
Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Okay. I was like, dude, I don't know if you know, but JBL was in the title match at 21. Okay, got it.
No, like young in your career, you're in WWF or WWE, you're just present, but you're not a mainstream guy that like 95% of the crowd is there to see. Maybe 98%. Are 2% of people looking to see Humberto Carrillo?
Yeah, me.
And Eddie. Anyways.
Yeah, let's not spend too much time on Humberto Carrillo. Like, let's keep it moving.
Paul Heyman is Paul Heyman is the general manager of SmackDown. Gives ultimatum to APA, says, hey, or he says to APA, win this match or you're fired. After they lose this match, they go into his office, says, you can't fire us. It turns out the way he said it was directed at Farouk. So he said, so it was like, no, Bradshaw, I didn't say you'd both be fired. Turns to Farouk, I said you'd be fired. Because Bradshaw, I see potential in you. Following week, he is JBL. And limo with longhorns on it. Bragging about financial portfolios. Like, what a transition from like a dark wrestler to suddenly like Texas financial god.
That's true. He did have like weird occult symbols on his chest like a year before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Suddenly he's like doing financial advice on Fox News.
They love occult symbols.
Oh, and also can't forget like his office or APA's office where you have to knock on the door. Can't just walk in like a fucking animal. But anyways, he's JBL like coming in. It like that true adult combat style where you have your athletic jacket with a towel under you. Like he's now a brawler. He's not a dark man that's like ready to rip out your soul. He's a
wrestling god.
Yeah, he's a wrestling god. He's classically trained and he's going to wreck you up.
And he's got combat style.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just like that concept of like if you're in a play and you're going to get in a fight, you can't just go, ugh. If you're in a period piece, they had a different fighting stance. To be like,
I don't know if I'd
something like that.
I don't know if I'd say he's classically trained. I mean, he wasn't exactly Bob Backlund.
Adam said period.
I did. But still, that concept transitioning from like a dark themed wrestler. I feel so honored with those two giving commentary. But like more of a financially built wrestler and if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but I'm running with it.
Okay. I'm calling bullshit on this one, but whatever. It's your
No,
it's your
I
list.
don't. I don't.
I mean, legendary,
fair.
high profile, and kind
if
of.
you had to remind me today that he was a single wrestler before he was a tag team wrestler, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, that'll work. But right away, I was like, Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yeah, but he got lost in the shuffle pretty quick as a singles guy. He came back to prominence as part of the New Blackjacks.
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
And then he rose to prominence again as part of the Acolytes. So I would classify him way more as a tag team guy when he started his career and not so much as a singles guy. I'm with Adam on this one.
all right.
He's giving me faces. Well, but
I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying I don't agree.
Okay.
what was it? Also wearing all those USA jackets, and
If you also don't disagree, hit us up on Twitter.
let's just also say a bit of a racist rivalry with Eddie Guerrero with the WWE title.
Oh, geez, you think?
A little.
What are you talking about? What was racist about that?
There's nothing
Like the
racist.
interviews
This
he was
is
doing,
America.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Well, that was the era. I mean, dude, he didn't do anything as racist as when Brock brought in a mariachi band and said that they swam a long way to be there.
Jesus.
I was like, damn. Dude, that was like 2000. That was, I guess it was 20 years. No, it was 18 years. That was 2004. But I mean, even in 2004, I was like, fucking really?
Fucking hick. All right, go, Eddie.
All right, I'm up next. Okay, my second one is Rikishi.
Very nice. Good
Yes,
pick. Hall of Famer.
hell yes.
Yeah, I was trying to go with, like I said, I was trying to go with the, not the super obvious ones.
Yeah, well done.
Rikishi started, do you know where he started? His first territory?
I do not know the first territory. I just know the head shrinkers in the WWF.
He started in Montreal working for Dino Bravo's Lutte Internationale.
Oh,
wrestling.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, there were several, there was,
God, that was early on then, right? Because Dino passed away in like 93, 94?
Rikishi started, I think, in 85.
Oh, holy shit.
He was there. I think something like that, maybe a little later than that. But yeah, like he started there in 85 because, so he tagged with a couple random guys. He had a couple solo matches, started tagging with some random guys. And he fairly quickly started the Samoan SWAT team with Samu.
Okay.
So the Samoan SWAT team started that long ago, 85 in Montreal.
Wow. And then WCW in like 89, right?
Before that, he went to World Class.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he was brought in.
I don't remember him there.
Yeah, he was brought in, I want to say 86. He was brought in by Buddy Roberts to help him with the Von Erichs and Michael Hayes, who at that point had quit the Freebirds and became a babyface.
Okay.
They beat Kerry and Kevin for the tag team titles.
Okay.
They lost them not long after that, but they won them right back, I think, like within a week.
That was Von Erich booking.
Yeah, right. They defended them at Super Clash 3, which was AWA's only pay-per-view.
Okay.
So they were on, they're a pretty big deal. Tag champs get to be on that show. They went to WCW. They did okay, but they were never a huge deal. They never.
Right. I think they got
like,
0 points at that Starrcade that we reviewed.
They did. Right. They were like the jobbers of that tag team.
Yeah. They weren't a big deal really until the head shrinkers.
Yeah. So then they came to WWE as the head shrinkers in 92. They came in as heels. Yep. And they kind of worked a little bit with everybody. They were like mid-carders.
Yes.
We're kind of right in the middle of the card. 94, they turned babyface, hooked up with Captain Lou.
Yep.
Who wanted to civilize them.
Yeah.
And make them wear boots. Quote,
make them wear
civilize
boots.
them.
Yes.
They won the tag titles from the Quebecers in June, lost them in August. So they only had them for a minute. Samu left the team because he ate some bad fish and got a disease, which we've mentioned before on that SummerSlam 94 episode or whatever it was. I think it was SummerSlam.
Survivor Series, dude.
Oh, Survivor Series. Yeah.
Where you got Barbarian replaced him, right?
Barbarian replaced him. So now he's teaming with... So he'd been with Samu since 85. Now he's teaming with Barbarian. Then the Barbarian left, and then he went solo.
Yep.
He ends up doing that terrible ass gimmick, that make a difference thing, where he's like, he's walking around San Francisco, in cross colors, and he's like, "This is my old neighborhood. This is where I grew up in the hood."
Yeah.
And I can almost fucking guarantee you, please, someone, if someone knows this, and can verify this somehow, I can almost guarantee he's not from San Francisco. He's from Daly City. I'm just assuming that because I know Alpha and Sika were from Daly City. There's like a huge Samoan community in Daly City. So Daly City, for people who don't know the area, Daly City is just south of San Francisco, borders San Francisco to the south. It's where the Cow Palace actually is.
Right.
And I'm almost positive he's from Daly City, but he's walking around the hood in San Francisco. Which,
yeah, he's as cool as that guy that shows up in your high school gym to give like a prep talk or a pep
Teen
talk.
Reach.
Teen Reach. He's as cool as that guy.
Did you have Teen Reach? Did they come to school when you were there?
Fuck
Teen
yeah.
Reach?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the dude. Yeah. The dude like ripped the phone book and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
He
was
was as
Rikishi.
cool as those guys. Yeah.
Right, that was Rikishi. He was like a motivational speaker in cross colors. He's like in
Exactly.
green fucking pants and shit.
Yeah.
So that gimmick didn't fucking get over, and he had to go away. He came back repackaged as the Sultan, which also didn't get over.
Horrible.
The only good thing about that is Iron Sheik was with him.
Yep.
Then they brought him back as Rikishi with sort of a sumo gimmick. That's why he had that wrestling gear where, like, you know, he wore a thong basically because it was like a sumo thing.
Yep.
And then not long after that, he ended up in Too Cool, which got over fucking huge. So that was like his biggest thing up to that point. But kind of after like a year, he started doing some singles matches. He had that cage match with Val Venus. And then he turned heel in 2000 after he hit Stone Cold with his car, which he revealed that he was mad at Stone Cold because the Islanders never got the chances that Stone Cold got. And he mentioned Peter Maivia, these guys.
I didn't do it for you. I did it for The Rock.
Yeah, I did it for The Rock. Exactly. Yeah. Then it came out that Triple H hired him to do it. And then he had his big solo run. He worked with Austin, Rock. He had Hogan's first match back in the company.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, which like that's actually that's a
like an
accolade?
honor.
Is that what is it an honor? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hogan's first match back was with Rikishi. Hogan won, but he took a stink face.
Oh.
Then he
Okay.
had a quick feud with Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper didn't actually wrestle him, but Sean O'Hare did, but he ended up hitting Roddy Piper with a coconut. The whole feud started because Rikishi was pissed at him for hitting Jimmy Snuka with a coconut 400 years ago. And
Approximately.
approximately, yeah. And then he ended up leaving WWE. He finished his career in TNA, Hall of Fame 2015. And credentials, he was IC champ, 2-time tag team champion, and he won the Slammy for best etiquette, whatever that is.
I also want to add made famous by The Undertaker at Armageddon.
Oh, was that the cage match?
Yeah.
The cell match?
The Hell in a Cell,
when he
the 6-way
he
Hell in
went
a
off the
Cell.
cell and landed on that bed of hay
Yeah.
or whatever. That bed of the truck with full of hay.
Mm-hmm. And his heel theme music, I'm a bad man.
Oh, right, yeah. All right, Scott, you're up. I'm going to pee while you get started.
Well, you might actually dispute this one
All right, go ahead.
because I know you had issue with Adams. It'll just take me a sec, dude.
I got a coffee cup here. Go ahead.
Drunk
Okay.
Wrestling History Catheters, people, please help us.
So I'm going to go back to Mid-South.
Okay.
There was a tag team that started there. 2 muscle-bound freaks.
Okay.
Black face paint, black tights,
Blackface.
black face paint.
Oh,
Not what you said.
okay. I was like, is this going to be Ultimate Warrior?
There was, you're damn close. It's
It's
Sting.
going to be Hogan and Warrior.
No, I'm going Sting on my
Okay.
second pick.
Well, I'd like to start by saying I love that you're going with Sting and not Warrior.
Well, Warrior, it was a toss-up.
Okay.
I was gonna go either way, but I knew you'd get pissed about Warrior, and
He said he
the more
goes
I've read
either
about
way.
Ultimate Warrior.
I wouldn't get pissed about Warrior. I mean, he meets the criteria for the episode.
No, I know, but he's not a great guy. So
Oh, well, no, but whatever, you know.
yeah, but Sting's better anyway. Like if I'm gonna
Yeah.
start going over like who had the better career, clearly it was Sting.
If you
So-
get nicknamed the Icon, good indication.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with this, but and this will kind of come up in my next one. Mid-South was pretty regional and pretty geographically small.
But
So-
UWF, they did wrestle in the UWF,
Okay.
and they did have TV coverage because I
You're right.
actually saw them here on KBHK channel 44.
You're right. You're right. I forgot about UWF. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Okay. Now I don't disagree, and now I'm gonna go pee.
Okay, go pee. So I don't know what I need to say about Sting that the listeners don't already know, but multi-time heavyweight champion, multi-time mid-level champion, be it TV, US, you name it, he had it. Tag team champion, wrestled in the WWF, TNA, WCW, the NWA, UWF, Mid-South. Like, you name it.
Currently
Sting won it.
AEW, he's partnering with Darby, but
Yeah, still going.
Still going.
Still going. And he's the Hall of Famer, a WWE Hall of Famer, one of my favorite of all time. And while I don't know that he would make my Mount Rushmore, because I know we've got Edge and Jeff Hardy up there already, I think Shawn and Brett would probably occupy the other two spots. But if they were going to carve a fifth up there, for me, I think it would be Sting.
I like that pick.
Thank you.
Like,
yeah,
they-
and I've always been a huge Sting
Like,
fan. So
he's like, as a singles guy, he's one of the key single figures going against the NWO.
Yes,
all
exactly.
Those, like rafter entrances, baseball bat attacks. I forget who it was against. I think after NWO lit on fire and thrown off a stage.
Oh, that was against Vampiro.
Vampiro. Okay, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, no, he was a badass, and thank you for bringing up the Crow gimmick, because that was a complete polar opposite to the blonde,
the surfer,
the
gimmick,
surfer
right?
Sting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the polar opposite of that. He changed his character, like Eddie was talking about Jeff Hardy. Like Sting completely flipped the script and was able to enjoy, I would say, probably more success when he became the Crow character versus the blonde surfer Sting, because that gave his career longevity, and he's still riding that gimmick today, all these years later. So, I mean, Sting, as you said, Adam, he is, in my opinion, the icon. Hall of Famer, multi-time champion, all over the place. So
it's also
there you
not
go. That's
just
my second
because
pick.
it's also not just because of a performance. It's like backstage persona. He's welcoming. He knows that he can't go like at full speed now, but he's going to pass on that knowledge and wisdom, like not just to Darby Allin, but to anybody that's hungry to get in the ring.
Yeah, he's a learning
he'll do
tree.
that.
Absolutely.
I don't know, man. If Darby Allin was listening to him, he wouldn't be doing that coffin drop to the fucking floor. I think Sting would try to talk him out of that shit.
Yeah, don't call Sting by his first name, please.
I didn't even, that was
That's
just like a total.
disrespectful.
No, that was like a total slip of the tongue. And
No, I
as
know.
I said it, I realized I'm accidentally saying his first name.
Yeah, sorry, Sting, if you're listening. He didn't mean it.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Steve. Calm down.
All right, well, there you go. That's my number 2.
You're my second favorite Borden.
All right. My last one. Bubba Ray Dudley.
Good pick. Great pick.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
Yeah, because he has had a really good singles run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would say okay, maybe it didn't last. Doesn't
Dude,
last
I was just-
as long. I would say
No,
maybe,
I think his singles run has been longer.
Well, when did he become a single? In what, 09?
Fuck.
2010.
Because he was single a couple times. He was in
Go
WWE.
But I would still say that even in WWE, after the initial draft lottery and split up with
Yes.
Devon, he still teamed with Spike.
That's true.
So I'm
Okay.
gonna say like he was still being part of tag teams. And
yeah,
then,
it didn't win any singles belts.
Yeah, maybe he got the hardcore title for 5 minutes. I don't know, but
Oh, maybe,
but
yeah.
you're not gonna be. But he's not gonna be known for that. It's pretty much so. 2010 or after signing with TNA, like high profile matches on and off with either injuries or contracts, having to work those out properly. At some point, Dudley's come out and say, we're going to retire. We want one more match. I think they did it against the Motor City Machine Guns. Lost that match. And then following week, they do their a ceremony to honor them. And then Bubba turns on Devon, hits him. Turns out they're not retiring from wrestling. They're just retiring storyline as Team 3D. So now,
what a great angle.
Yeah. So he does this to prove that he's actually the stronger one of the two. Becomes Bully Ray, Hardcore 5150, starts wearing the Yankee beanie. He's worn Misfits a few times as well.
Stop it.
But he becomes a motherfucker on TNA. Initial rivalry with Devon brings his kids into it. To prove that he is the stronger one, he handcuffs Devon and threatens to hit his kids with chairs and put them through tables. You see Devon bang.
How old were the kids?
Oh, they're like older teen or adult age.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say like 3.
Oh, yeah.
I'll punt those fuckers.
You're like a Ricky Steamboat's kid guy with a chair.
Oh, fuck.
I'll punt you like Burgundy.
Bring Snitsky up in here.
Jesus Christ.
Stare at their feet.
Oh, God. And then... Really? That turns you on?
No.
Anyways, even though he aligns himself with factions, he's still convincing that he's in it for himself, of which includes a rivalry with AJ Styles at Slammiversary 9. He knocks off AJ in a last man standing match. A few years later, now you get the Aces and Eights angle, practically NWO again, mysteriously attacking random wrestlers, not attacking him. He gets a match against TNA champion Jeff Hardy at Lockdown, and all these Aces and Eights guys are trying to get into the match, invade. Finally, they get into the cage. Also, Devon is revealed to be a member of Aces and Eights, pulls out a hammer, and Bully Ray turns around, hits Jeff with it, gets himself a TNA title. So pretty much that first singles run between turning on Devon up until winning it, he is a singles wrestler. Now he's the president of this monster faction. After Aces and Eights breaks up, then he has his famed rivalry against Dixie Carter.
Brooke Hogan. Oh, Dixie Carter.
Brooke Hogan.
When did he start fucking Brooke Hogan?
It was during that Aces and Eights angle. So pretty much after that match, goes to Hogan's like, I used you, Brooke. I screwed you. And to the crowd, I fooled you. I was actually the president of Aces and Eights.
Nice.
Yeah. But literally, like a whole singles run, right? He didn't have the heavyweight title as a single, but right before he does a legendary singles run, and then after that breakup, his heated one with Dixie Carter, and just obsessed with putting her through a table, which he eventually does.
See, what I like about it is Bubba Ray could come back like right now, and he doesn't need to be with Devon, and he doesn't need to be a singles. He could go either way, and he's believable with Devon or as a single. He established himself as a monster in both singles and tag team territory. So, Adam, I think that's a great pick.
And the motherfucker can get heat. He could come out and get the shit boot out of him. Right? If he showed up on Raw Monday, it would be the pop of the year. The place would go fucking bonkers, and he could have them wanting to throw shit at him within a minute.
If he's at the Rumble, he's getting the loudest pop of the night.
Ooh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But give him a microphone and let him talk some shit. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh,
people are
that-
going to want to
all
climb
that
over the fucking barricade.
All that
Yeah.
disgusting offensive shit in ECW, he found a way to refine that and use it as Bully Ray. And
Yeah.
he'll find a way to properly express that if he was in the ring now.
He might have
Totally.
been
Yeah.
the last guy to get that real heat where people really want to get in the ring and fight him. Like the late 90s in the ECW, like those fans, they weren't fucking yelling "fuck you" for fun. You know what I mean? There was venom behind that shit.
No, they had their hands on their shins in their pocket, dude.
Yeah, those people legitimately wanted to fight that fucking guy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of those things you always hear the stories about the territories about.
Yes. Yes.
This guy got stabbed and whatever, and Freddie Blassie got hit in the eye with a frozen hard-boiled egg and shit. When they were really trying to, or there was a riot at the Cow Palace. The
Yeah.
W's were sort of the last of that, like the last guys to get that real heat. And it was all Bubba because he was the one that was always on the mic.
Right.
And I have no doubt I think he could, 25 years ago, people were as smart to what's going on as they are now. I don't think a lot's changed. Those ECW fans knew what was going on. They didn't think it was a real thing. They knew what he was doing, but
They
they
just didn't
wanted
like
to
him.
fucking kill his ass.
Yeah. He
So
could
I
get
think-
it again today.
Mhm.
I think he could. I think he
Yeah.
could. Yeah. Yeah. Especially in a smaller place like that, where people get more fired up. And, I'm sure there was a lot of drinking going on in the ECW arena.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, at that lockdown event, after he revealed
more.
himself to be president, everybody started throwing their beer cans into the cage. So it's like, doesn't even bother him. He's like, motherfuckers, this is not my first time.
Yeah, at least it's not chairs.
Yeah.
See, that kind of upsets me because I know you can't throw an empty beer can that far.
Yeah.
What,
I know what
what
you
a
mean.
fucking waste, those losers.
All right, I will get to my third one. And yeah, this definitely wasn't a drink up because we're coming up on an hour. We're going to be just over an hour by the time this is done.
Yeah,
Which
thanks,
is-
Umberto Carrillo. Son of a bitch.
My bad.
And WrestleMania 26. Okay, my number 3, and going with my whole theme of not wanting to get obvious people, I'm going with Rick Martel.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Tony Gurria. Okay,
Tony
I got you.
Gurria.
Yeah,
Shots.
okay, I got
yeah.
you.
So
I
Rick
gotcha.
Martel was a guy, he started in Canada, obviously. I believe Stampede was his first territory. But he worked all over the world. He worked Stampede, he worked Hawaii. He was the booker in Hawaii for a bit. He worked New Zealand, Puerto Rico. The first major American place he was at was Portland. And he wasn't a tag team wrestler, but I'm not
Excuse me.
really, it's Portland. Like Portland was a very successful territory, but it was a small territory, geographically. They only ran a few. I mean, I think they did Portland, and I think they did Seattle once in a while with a couple big cities and Bend, Oregon. I think they didn't do a lot of big cities. They didn't have any major TV coverage, so I'm not counting that. He went to WWE in 1980, which I have a typo that says 1908. Immediately, yeah,
He's very old.
yeah, he's very old.
Looks great for his age.
He does. Yeah, very sexy. And
He is a model.
right away he was put into a tag team with one of my favorites, Tony Gurria. They debuted in July, and in November they beat the Wild Samoans for the tag titles. So the reason I'm saying I know WWF was a territory, but it was a major territory. They had more big cities than any other territory. They had geographically they weren't quite as big as the AWA, but they were close. But I mean, they were like kind of the top, it's always Crockett and WCCW. They were the top territory. They were the ones that were getting on the cover of every damn PWI magazine.
Right.
They were the ones that were doing really big rooms every week in every city because they had so many. It's just such a high population density over there in their area.
Right.
So that's why I'm counting him as having made his name, became a big deal as a tag team wrestler.
100% agree with you, dude.
Yeah. So they won the tag team titles in November from the Wild Samoans. They lost them to the Moondogs a few months later, then won them right back. Then they lost them to Fuji and Saito. And then when I read that, I was like, Fuji is my honorable mention because Fuji definitely was a guy who was a big deal as a tag team wrestler.
That's right.
And really he's most known for being a manager. So I wouldn't even say he had a major singles run. He was a pretty big single star in San Francisco. but on a major level, he's most well known for being a manager. But he was very well known in that territory for tag team with Saito and Toru Tanaka.
Yep.
He left for AWA from 82 to 86.
Got their heavyweight title.
Won the heavyweight title, came back to WWE in 86, and then he teamed with Ton Zink as the Can-Am Connection, which is the worst name in the history of tag team wrestling.
Yes.
They actually started as a tag team in Loot International, which is, I mentioned before, Dino Bravo's promotion. Yeah. They were there for a minute, like kind of just getting their shit together as a tag team. And then they ended up going to work for Vince. They kicked off WrestleMania 3 against Orton and Morocco.
Yep. And
the team split when Tom Zink got mad because he somehow thought Martel was getting paid more.
Yes, that's
correct. But Martel like totally denies that. He's like, no, Vince paid us as a tag team. We both got paid the same. Then he ended up teaming with Tito for the Strike Force. They won the tag team titles, lost them to Demolition at 4. Rick Martel, I thought Rick Martel went out after that cane shot to the back of the head, but when I was studying up on this, he actually got hurt in a match with Demolition in Oakland in June. That's when he left. Yeah. And it's just, you're talking 34 years ago. So that's why I remembered it wrong. Came back, they split up at 5, and then he goes on to his solo career as the Model, which to this day is one of my favorite fucking gimmicks of all time.
His button.
He had the button. He comes out, he's in the lavender tights with the lavender coat.
Yep.
With a giant, like 6-inch button that says, "Yes, I am a model."
And arrogance. And
he's got the arrogance, which is in like a atomizer, like one of those things that you would put like bug spray in, like an exterminator would use.
Yes.
But an exterminator would use it in a cartoon.
It's like oversized. Yeah, it's like huge.
Right. Like if Bugs Bunny was going to go kill some bugs, he would use that thing.
Yes. Yep.
And it said arrogance on the side of it. Like, it was fucking great.
Got it at the Acme store.
Yeah, right. Biggest highlights of that run would be he blinded Jake the Snake. I think it was on the Brother Love show.
Correct.
With the arrogance, sprayed it in his face, which led to a blindfold match at WrestleMania 6.
Probably one of the worst WrestleMania matches of all time.
I loved it, dude. I thought that was an entertaining match. I know it gets a lot of shit, but I was entertained by it, and I could still watch that now and have a good time watching it. But it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
And then SummerSlam 92, he was in that feud with Sean, where they did the no hitting in the face thing. And you guys can go back and listen to our SummerSlam 92 episode because that was
fantastic match. And
that was the number 3 match of the show.
Yep.
So the second biggest show of the year, he was in the third biggest match.
Yep.
And then he sort of fizzled out. He had a title match against Macho Man at UK Rampage 92. And he went to WCW for a minute as a Amir Carter, and that was kind of it.
He did win the TV title there.
He did. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. He was decorated in WCW and got injured. Lost his title to, I believe it was Booker T.
Wait, was he on your list?
Rick Martel?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so you look like you're reading notes.
I am reading notes. I'm looking at my third guy.
Oh, okay. Who's your third? Okay, let's get into your third guy.
Or are you done with Martel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My third.
Also, Carissa wouldn't fuck him. Per our Valentine's Day episode. Yeah, and I don't remember if Shannon would.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Carissa said he would be bad.
Right. It would probably depend on the amount of whiskey that had been consumed.
Well, you can say that about anyone.
That's true. That's true.
Also, depending on how much whiskey she consumed, it might not be that bad.
All right. So my third is one of your favorites, Eddie.
Okay.
I had several names, and of course I will throw an honorable mention their way at the completion of this list. But my third is one half of Harlem Heat, Booker T.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Booker T had to make my list. Decorated as a tag team champion in WCW. It seems like they were basically the tag team title holders from around like 92, 93, basically all the way up until Booker T started a single run. It was like if Harlem Heat didn't have the tag titles, somebody else was just keeping them warm for them.
Yeah, they'd lose it but win it back like really quickly.
Exactly. Harlem Heat was a fantastic tag team. WCW booked them so well. And once Booker T started that singles run, he never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
He started off with a TV title and went on to win the US title, the heavyweight title, then transitioned over to the WWE, was in that great feud with Stone Cold where they brawled in the supermarket. And
which I believe was in Fresno.
Yeah.
Bakersfield.
Yep. Went on to win multiple championships in the WWE, from the tag team title to the IC belt to the US title. He feuded with The Rock. They had a heavyweight title match. Went on to become King Booker. And ultimately,
the greatest king of all time.
The greatest king of all time. Went on to have one of your favorite matches at WrestleMania 22 with Boogeyman.
Boogeyman, yeah.
And you told him so.
I did tell him that when I met him, yeah.
And ultimately went on to become a WWE Hall of Famer. Very well deserved. Honestly, one of the best of all time. Yeah. If he's not in your top 10, have you
get the hell
watching
out.
Wrestling? Like,
yeah.
Stop listening to our show and go listen to some other bullshit, because Booker T's.
Well, when you see like how many wrestlers are you aware of? Like probably over 1,000. But pick his era, and he's probably in your top 10. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
So I would say like the 2000s, right?
For sure.
Or even like the 98 to 2008 in that era. Yeah, he should be in everyone's top 10. I mean,
absolutely
hard to argue against that.
Yeah, exactly. So that rounds out my 3. I've got Razor Ramon, Sting, and Booker T.
All right.
And I do have some honorable mentions.
Go for it.
Arn Anderson.
Okay.
Started off as one half of the Andersons with Ole.
Yeah.
Even though he wasn't blood. Started off as one half of a tag team with him. Once he transitioned off to be a singles wrestler, took off. Became TV champion, became tag team champion multiple times with multiple guys. Bobby Eaton, Larry Zbyszko, Tully Blanchard. Became TV champion numerous times again. Was never a heavyweight title guy. That's why he didn't make my top 3. But I wanted to throw it out to Arn Anderson. Of course, Scott Steiner. One half of the Steiner brothers.
Good call. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's an honorable mention. He did win the heavyweight tag team title, or the heavyweight title. Won numerous tag team championships, even without Rick. Great career. Obviously went on to the WWE. His career in WWE wasn't so great, but went on to Impact and had a great career there. So honorable mention there. And obviously, you mentioned him earlier, Eddie, the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go a little bit nerd here and go indie guy, Adam Cole. One half of Future Shock with Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly, yes.
Well, if you want to go indie, you could go with Claudio too, right?
Yes, you could, because he was one half of a tag team with Chris Hero. He did technically start off as a singles guy, but gained greater fame as one half of the Kings of Wrestling with Chris Hero.
Well, but that's the criteria. Everybody started off as a singles guy.
Yeah, but I mean, he was known as a singles guy too. Like, had a good career going, but then like really shot to that next level with Chris Hero.
Okay.
But yeah, Arn Anderson, Adam Cole, baby, and Scott Steiner. And Ultimate Warrior, because you just got to throw him in.
Yeah, that's fair.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up.
That takes care of our tag wrestlers lists. What'd you think of the wrestlers that we chose? Who did we miss? Please let us know on the social media platforms. That'd be Twitter while it's still up. It looks like
yeah. Carissa got logged out of her Twitter and can't log back in.
The fuck?
She got fired.
She never logged out. She just went to open it today. She was logged out, and when she went to log in, it said that this account already exists. So,
oh shit.
Yeah. So, well done, Elon.
Great job, Elon.
Yeah, thank you.
Quit building rockets and help Carissa out. Or whatever the hell you're doing over at Twitter headquarters. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok wrestling_drunk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button, and please tell your family, friends, heels, and faces about our show. Remember to rate our show so that we could get like ratings boosts and recognition boosts and all that fun stuff so that we could have more drunk wrestling content for you. On behalf of Eddie and Scott, I'm Adam, reminding all of you to enjoy your buzz, watch wrestling responsibly, drink like nobody's watching, and we'll see you all next time for another great episode. 1, 2, 3, tag, you're it.